Good evening.
Yeah, it's the whole problem that everybody's been having out here. Why my documents aren't being recognized by the courts or by this organization when we send them out. Why are they not responding to them? It's because basically they don't have to acknowledge our documents because we're not coming in the right capacity. They are not recognized as foreign documents under this foreign affidavit scenario. It's like when you've got a law degree or a college degree and you want to go over into France and teach over there, you have to get that degree apostilled by the state that you're coming out of to under the Hague Committee, Hague Group, to basically be recognized over there in France.
Wow.
The same thing goes here. Okay? And everything out here, basically in this country, one state is foreign to another state. We are foreign, okay? A state is a government. A state of government. So basically you've got 51 state governments in this country. You've got the United States government, which is foreign to somebody that lives out here in Iowa. You've got the Iowa Republic government. But then now, under this, since 1871, and under the 14th Amendment, you have a whole bunch of new states governments, charter governments that are out here. And they're all foreign, even though they're in the state. Now that government is foreign to the original government of the state.
You made me very happy.
So every time you do an affidavit, and you should be doing quite a few affidavits, everything you put down, and you put it under your oath that you are telling the truth, okay? And see, that's most people have a total problem in understanding what an oath is. It's basically that I am telling the truth. It's your oath that I am telling the truth. Okay? So you're not making an oath to swear an allegiance to anybody else. You're swearing allegiance to yourself that you're telling the truth. Okay? People have a total misunderstanding in reading different things that come out of the Bible and everything and not seeing what it's really saying. Because they've been totally misled by all the religious leaders out here to read it one way, and that's not the way it's supposed to be read. That's simple. Okay? I'm redoing the W-8BEN. It's going to be a foreign substitute W-8BEN form as a foreign affidavit for the internal foreign United States. As an American vessel owner over a foreign state Social Security charterer. Who owes the bills? The one who receives the benefit. Who is receiving the benefit? If you're the owner and you have your assets out there, what benefit have you gotten from them? None. They are the ones that basically set up the charter to receive the benefit from the usage of our assets. They had nothing to begin with. So they're the ones that are getting the benefit and the enjoyment of our assets. And they're keeping our assets hidden away from us to where we've got to almost beg them, kiss their ass to get our own damn shit back. People even misunderstand the reading of the Caesar. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. You are the Caesar that is coming in under the right of expatriation under 249 to claim your vessel back from the charterer because they have been violating the damn contract. They have been refusing to pay and settle the bills. That they took the money away from us and they set this thing up. Okay, now they're supposed to be the ones that are supposed to be paying the damn bills. But that's not the game they're playing. Because half of them don't understand what it was really set up for to begin with. They've been misled. So, also the Form 56 and the 56F, they need to be turned into substitute forms also. I'm working on those, turning them, taking them out of being a PDF and converting them into a Word document. I never did like the way they were because it didn't give us enough latitude for what we needed on there. It was their form to try and control us. It didn't give us the option to call out the truth.
Are we going to need to do that for a 3520?
No.
Why do we need the 3520?
Wasn't that in companion with the Foreign Grantor Trust?
That was when, if you did that way back when, you can call and get the Foreign Grantor Trust now by just calling up Philadelphia and getting the number.
I did that.
You don't need to do a 3520. Okay?
Okay. I'm just wondering if there's other forms that we've used if we need to go back and send them our own variations.
You don't need to go back and do anything, okay? You need to go forward and do the new forms in the proper respect that they need to be foreign substitute forms.
Got it.
I said in the past, the last document in goes on top of the pile.
Mm-hmm.
Everything below that is therefore voided out. So you have to, and basically you're going to have an affidavit, a notary on almost every document you send in. Okay? Because you're sending these documents into a foreign state's jurisdiction. Okay, I posted that stuff up on the Skype, okay, group out there, and Tom posted it. Well, basically read the definitions about a foreign affidavit out of Valentine's. You can go and check it out in the other dictionaries, and then also check out all the other words that deal with foreign. All these corporations are basically, in most cases, chartered in a foreign state. Delaware is one of the biggest chartering for a lot of these corporations. And I don't think there's that many people who live in Delaware. Or claim to be in Delaware. But that's what needs to be done. You need to start looking at this as basically we're coming in as a foreign. We're dealing with a foreign charters, and they're the beneficial owners. Okay? They're the beneficial enjoyers. They're enjoying our assets free of charge. Because we haven't put the charge to them, the liability upon them. They've got us paying their damn bills for them.
Right. They get us to pay them for doing that.
That's why you have to know how to stand up to these guys. And that Social Security is a person. That's what the 14th Amendment established, was a corporate person. So the chartering person is basically that Social Security Administration. That's why a lot of these guys that are out here, basically some guys, the judges, will go ahead and accept some of the documents. Because even some of the judges don't fully understand the difference between foreign state and a different state, okay? So they accept the documents into the court, and basically they've given settlements. Now, some cases they turn around and get corrected later on, but that's already gone through the pipe. And then the next time the guy comes into court and tries it in a different court, it don't work. It's because of this foreign affidavit. You have to make your documents stand up, and then it can be acknowledged in that court. It has to be acknowledged because now all these states within the boundaries of the United States of America have to recognize this. They're under the internal Hague Act here in this country. They're not under the external Hague Act, okay? But this is a type of internal Hague Act that they have to recognize if it's been properly notarized as a foreign affidavit.
Hey, Patrick, quick question for you.
Okay, anybody have any questions, comments, rebuttals on that?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay, we'll start shooting off.
Okay, hypothetically speaking, see, if they're not recognizing us in the foreign capacity anyway, it's almost like shooting a gun and not hitting anybody. I mean, but anyway, what I want to ask is, let's just say, for example, I was able to put myself in a foreign jurisdiction to where they could, to where I could have a voice. Then wouldn't that stand a reason for me to have to get a foreign notary to go along with my foreign ties as well, rather than using a foreign state because they're not recognizing it in any way?
They're not recognizing you as an American citizen, okay, because they're operating in a foreign state. They're the foreigner, okay? But you have to declare that this is a foreign affidavit, okay? It's not that you are a foreigner. It's that it is foreign to them.
Yeah.
You're coming in with your real document, and it is foreign to them. That's why you have to get it notarized by an officer of the de jure state that you're living in, And most of the time it's going to be the county recorder or county attorney, or not county attorney, clerk of the court. Okay? They wear two hats. Okay? So when you're getting them in there, you're really getting them under their de jure hat as the notary. The chartered state does not issue government employees, notaries out here. Only the de facto state issues it to all these other nitwit notaries, like the bankers and like the insurance people and you name it. Those nitwits to run amok. And see, then everybody goes flying to them because, oh, I can get it here for nothing. But if you're a state official, yours has to be under the Constitution of the state. You understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now
Okay. And then see, now this document is going to be a foreign presentation to them into their foreign jurisdiction.
Okay, I'll see, Patrick. I'll see.
It's a foreign affidavit presentation into their foreign jurisdiction. Did I make that clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And see, that's where we have been wrong, and nobody ever took the time to find out why these documents weren't being recognized.
What was your thought process in figuring this out? This is really very interesting.
Basically going through the dictionaries. I told you before. The words. You have to know the words. I completely overlooked that foreign affidavit there before. And I was going through looking for something else, and I saw that, and I said, I read it, and I said, oh, shit. I do that a lot. Yeah, if you're looking at something that's basically in the category of foreign, you best look up all the definitions that deal with that word. Benefit. You look up all the words that deal with beneficial, with benefit. We cannot be the beneficial owners. Bottom line. No way can we. If we're the owner of the vessel, how can we be the beneficial owner at the same time we're the de jure owner?
And still don't get no benefits.
Yeah.
If it's all owned by the church, then wouldn't we just be the beneficial
Fuck the
owners
church.
of what the church
Fuck the
already
church.
claimed?
The church ain't nothing but another damn chartering organization. What's the first two letters of church? CH. What's the first two letters of charter? CH.
It was the first charter.
What's the first two letters of, what's the first letter of criminal? C.
Where do they register their charters then?
Huh?
508 something.
They do it with the devil.
Where's he at?
He's the banker that's basically hidden in the center of the earth, basically hidden away. He's the real foreign alien that came down here and set up this damn banking shit. He's the one that got Eve to eat that goddamn apple. Sort of like Rumpelstiltskin to basically give, what's her name, the king or whatever, the prince, and then basically give her a child and then claim the child back. How many times has this same scenario been out here over and over again? You're a foreigner in your own land. That's what they've tried to make you. When you're really the owner. They're the foreigners. You stand up to these people and you start rebuting them, and basically they will back away.
Why, though?
Why is that? Because they can be held liable for any harm that they cause. It's in the statutes. Some of these people do know that they could be held liable for violating the statutes. It says right in the statutes that basically they are the ones that are obligated to pay.
That's not. Looks way better.
Patrick.
Yeah.
As it relates to the information that we submitted a few weeks back, how is it determined that it didn't work? Because,
have you heard anything back from them?
No, I haven't heard anything back, but there's other submissions that I've made to the Treasury Department and didn't hear anything back. For instance, the water bill that I discharged for $1,300. It took them 37 days to respond to that. I didn't see the effect of that until 37 days later.
Yeah. But it shouldn't take that long, okay? That's the deal. 5 banking days. Something's wrong. Okay?
Well, why would they do it?
Why would they settle in one case and not settle in another case? I don't know. Somebody felt sorry for you. Okay?
Somebody at the Treasury Department felt sorry for me.
Yeah.
They discharged a $1,300 water bill. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Somehow or other it got into the right hands, okay? Whether it came from the Treasury Department or whether it came from the water company, whatever. You shook up somebody, it scared them to making the settlement.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
Consider this. It took 37 days to get a response from that. They have 3 to 5 business days to handle that issue. That says to me it got rerouted at least 6 or 7 times internally before someone came across it that could settle the issue.
Probably.
Right. Where if you would have come in with your foreign affidavit and gone to the head motherfucker, okay, it probably would have gotten done right then and there within the 5 business days. Okay? How long does it take to take care of a check that you send into the bank? They've got 3 banking days.
That's correct.
Wouldn't it be wise to just do it in 3? You know, like your initial thing, 1, and then you go ahead and put something in behind it, and then put something in behind that for your 3rd time, since everything worked in 3 in the first place. Well, wouldn't that be more effective?
No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go in there with one big deal and get the hell out of her damn system. I'll take care of my own damn bills from now on because I got a private bank. And my private bank can settle my own damn bills, but I'm going to take the assets away from them. Shut down this charter.
Well, yeah, I'm all. I mean, that's Patrick.
That's see, you're not going to do one thing today and then another thing 3 days from now, or another thing 3 days from now. You're going to do one massive submission. Okay? You're going to go in after your Social Security card. If you've also got Medicare, you're going to go in after that because that's a sub-charter against, and basically they're both using the Social Security number. If you've got a DD-214 military, you also submit that in the same package because the DD-214, by way of the Veterans Administration, is using your Social Security number as the bank routing number also. So you're shutting down this banking system. You're coming into this public banking system, Social Security banking system, and shutting down your accounts. But you have to come in with your foreign affidavits. And then you have to go to the right processor, which is going to be the Port of Entry Commissioner, either at Philadelphia or at Kansas City. They've got 5 days to process that. If not, then you can go right into a maritime court action against them. Because this maritime commissioner, this Port of Entry commissioner, he's working in the Department of the Treasury.
Treasury Department.
No, the Department of the Treasury.
Isn't that the de facto?
The Treasury Department is over this. The Department of the Treasury is the one that deals with all these foreign banks.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said before, that basically the Department of the Treasury was set up way back in 1789 or whatever, 98 or whatever, when they set up the first national bank.
Right.
The Treasury Department could not directly interface with them because the Treasury Department was supposed to be putting the money out into circulation for the people directly by way of Congress. Okay? But that didn't happen. Congress didn't authorize the Treasury Department to do that. So they had to set up this Department of the Treasury, another charter organization under the Treasury Department to interface with a private banking system to do what Congress should have been doing all along.
So we've been betrayed from the get-go.
And the people too, okay? The people had a right. They own the Treasury. We own the Treasury. That's what our BC is all about. We are a vessel owner, an American vessel owner of the Treasury. And see, that's our main vessel. That's our battleship. And then we got a bunch of lifeboats that we've chartered out. And the biggest lifeboat we chartered out was the one going over to the Social Security Administration, giving them life, giving us death. Because that lifeboat hasn't been doing its job in rescuing the living.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Well, done a little bit of research on the Social Security aspect and found that France has a special court for Social Security matters. So it seems as if we're going to have to go to France to have them force the Social Security Administration to return our credits to us. Just
No. You go to the port of entry here in that the Treasury Department is over them. The Treasury Department has the jurisdiction over this whole process. The Treasury Department can kick the Social Security system out of this country if they wanted to, and send the U.S. Marshals down to Puerto Rico and confiscate all those funds, those accounts.
Would that be through federal court action?
No.
Direct action.
I told you. Okay, it's in basically that statute at large document that you need to read.
Number one.
You first go to the port of entry commissioner, either at Kansas City or at Philadelphia. If you're on the east side of the Mississippi, you go to Philadelphia. If you're on the west side of the Mississippi, you go to Kansas City. Okay? You submit your package into them, ordering the seizure of those based upon this expatriation 249 document. It's a law.
Well,
You have the right to expatriate away from a foreign state. And the foreign state is basically the Social Security system, because it's controlled by a foreign country and also by the foreign United States corporation. You have to be able to defend this, because the next step, if that don't process through in 5 days, then you're going to take it into a federal court and basically bring in the item, and see, you're coming into that federal court, and when you do your Form 56F and your 56, you are now the fiduciary over both the account and over the charterer. You're standing on both sides of the aisle, and basically that court has the one ruling to make in your favor, and that's it. You're just like the woman that was back in King Solomon's time that brought, the two women came in there, both claiming that they owned the baby. And the fraudulent one said, well, we'll divide it in half. Kill the baby outright. The real mother said, I'd rather give it up than basically kill it. Right then and there, he knew who the real person was. That's the type of scenario you have to understand when you go into court. You have to be able to defend an action like that. The Hobbit movies, they've been telling us a lot of this stuff. The very last one, basically, the dwarfs were all hoarding the gold. The people, the elves, and everybody else had a claim to it. Finally, the dwarfs relinquished and allowed them to have access to it. Then they started working together. You've got to do the same thing here. But you're not going to be continually working with them. Okay? but you're going to get access to what is rightfully yours. You've still got to operate in commerce. I get a kick out of all these people. Well, you got to get out of commerce. You got to totally get out of commerce. They don't realize that just by being married, you're in commerce. Yeah. Basic commerce. You've got a fucker and you got a fuckee. A giver and a taker. That's basic commerce. Okay? But it doesn't have to be outright to where you're harming anybody in the process. Both have to have enjoyment. Get something in return. If it's all one-sided, and that's what this whole system is out here, is it's all one-sided, and we're getting the shaft. It's about time as owners we started standing up and claiming our rights. But we have to do it to where it is recognized that we have the right over them. When you wake up and start understanding how to file your documents, then you will start getting the respect that you need to have. Otherwise, you're just like a baby with a diaper on, full of shit, and just running around, shitting all over the place. And nobody wants to change your diaper for you. No, if Rob Class would turn around and do some of these foreign affidavits and get them done properly and submit them in the court, he would basically bring those courts to a complete standstill right now. But half his documents are not being recognized because he's not claiming that they're foreign affidavits. Same thing with Rob Ryder. All these other gurus out here that have been running amok in the process, they haven't done their documents right. They claim they know who they are, but they really don't. They're just like spoiled little children.
You got to make them stand on their own, the documents.
What?
You have to make your documents able to stand their own ground.
That, but you also have to have the right formatting in the documents when you're using them. They have to be recognizable.
Hey, got a question?
What?
Question is, what's the possibility of taking or starting a bankruptcy action or doing an involuntary petition on Social Security since they're debtors for a federal court?
They're not debtors, they're charterers, okay? We've got the process to go after the charterer. Why go into a bankruptcy action when it's not going to go anywhere?
Well, if they don't pay in 5 days, then why don't we assume they're bankrupt?
You're going into the Treasury Department, to the Department of the Treasury, to the port of entry. You're demanding, and see, under this Expatriation Act, read the damn document. I tried to highlight it and put key items in there. This will also be a habeas corpus that they have to bring that account in to be accounted for.
Wow.
See, that's why, Patrick, going back to my point, I know I'm reading the case right now where a guy did this, right? And he submitted, what he did, he put forth a declaratory judgment. They gave him they disconnected him from the system. They gave him all this money, and it took 18 months.
Took 18 months. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Read that Expatriation Act. How long does it say we're going to take 18 months to do this? No. It says it will be done right now.
But what does the 18 months signify, though?
It means that basically somebody was out there and had bonds that they were trying to drag the thing out.
Right.
And you don't know what all other documents he was putting in that process, that maybe one of the documents right there towards the final 18 months that he put in was the key document that he needed to put in at the very beginning.
That's true.
So you don't get the whole damn story.
That's true.
That's what gets me about all these court cases. And then 90% of the time, you're only reading the defendant's side of the court case. You're not reading what the prosecutor side of the court is saying. And in some cases, the prosecutor and the judge are trying to tell the guy how to correct his situation. Not all of them are out there to basically send you to jail.
Right.
Okay, any other questions? Comments?
Yeah, I got another one for you.
Okay, speak up.
So I doing some research on the church, and I find that they issued, I think, a papal bull, Unum Sanctum, where they claim the whole earth. So, I mean, are you sure about the fuck the church statement, or is that just the showbiz side?
Okay. You watched the movie Jupiter Ascending?
Yeah.
Okay. Did not that one nitwit claim the earth and then tried to get rid of Jupiter, who was the real lawful inheritor of the earth?
Yep.
Yeah. Basically, that nitwit that basically ended up dying in the damn movie, basically, he was the church. The church will die. The church is a complete fraud. Like I said, Moses, Daniel, Noah, Abraham, Jesus, none of them set up a church. The church was set up by the bankers. They're a corporation. How can they ever claim anything? They can't.
But I thought the Jesuits were the good guys, and don't they work for the church?
The Jesuits are, yes, but the Jesuits are also out there, and there's a lot of them that are outside the church. Okay?
There's two factions.
Yeah, and they're the men in black. Okay? But that is not really the church. Okay? The white ones that were out here are just bankers. They're operating under maritime merchant law. They've controlled the merchant law out of the Venetian and the Roman Empire for the last 2,000 years. They're the jewelry that basically was back in Jonah's time, or not Jonah, but Jeremiah's time or whatever after Moses. Okay? The false temple that people wanted to go to try and basically get a quick loan. The mobsters, okay? Where'd the mafiosa come out of? Italy. Where'd they get their training? From the damn church, the bankers, the maritime bankers, charging interest to try and control the people. Enough said. I'm not going to talk anymore about that shit. I've said enough over the years about that shit, so get away from it, please. You just have to concentrate on what you can control, and that's it. You can't do a damn thing about the chemtrails except take the damn money away from them so they can't fly because they don't have fuel to fly the damn planes.
Amen.
This isn't going to be corrected overnight, okay? You only take care of what you can take care of and forget the rest, because you're not going to do a damn thing about it. Now, maybe in the next lifetime, you will be able to. But you've got to believe that there will be a next time. Okay, anybody else have any questions? As soon as I get these Form 56s, but basically you guys should be able to start working on your own substitute Form 56 in the process, but take half the damn garbage out of there.
Okay.
Okay? And put down that the responsible party is either the account is the one that has to pay the item by way of the Social Security Administration when you give the order to them as the charter, or basically the sub-charters or sub-freighters are the ones that have to pay the taxes and pay the bills. That's what needs to go on these Form 56 and 56Fs. Addressing who the real party is that has to do. And you're going to stand in as the fiduciary over them.
Okay.
You're the fiduciary.
Foreign financial.
You're the master of this vessel.
Hi, Patrick. This is Mary.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to send my Social Security underwriting, and I think it would be wise to reformat these forms of the faxes to address the charterers and the sub-charters. Would that be a good idea to incorporate those in?
Yes, you have to send in a W-8BEN, a Form 56, a Form 56F. You have to send in your Social Security affidavit, okay? And all of these are going to have a notary on them. You're also going to have to do one for the Medicare. That is a sub-charterer, okay? You don't have the DD-214, so you wouldn't have to do that one. But if some guy had the DD-214, he would have to put that package in there too, because all of these items are being controlled by the one foreign bank routing number, which is the Social Security number with the dashes in it.
Okay.
And see, that is what you have to bring in. And then the account is going to be the different accounts. The 3 accounts for a guy would be the Social Security account, the Medicare account, which is a slightly different number, and then also the Selective Service account number in there, and have those, all 3 of those accounts under the Habeas Corpus, and you write that up into your cover letter, being addressed to that Port of Entry Commissioner to bring those vessels into port, and the accounts also, the Habeas Corpus accounts, the body of the cargo, into port.
Okay, it is all coming clear, and I surely appreciate your tutelage.
Now, the BC, that is basically also being held in the Port of Philadelphia, okay, a port of entry. But it is basically being held in a warehouse. So the BC certificate is really a warehouse certificate against your American vessel. And you can do a draw on that by taking so much of that warehouse cargo out.
Okay.
Okay.
I heard
so
last
you see,
week.
you have to address that one also to the Port of Entry Commissioner, because it's going to enter into the monetary system in the country. You're bringing the cargo out, converting it into currency into the country.
Yes.
So it's still just another Port of Entry document.
And that has to be an original.
That has to be certified by both the state, okay, and the Bureau of Vital Statistics, because that's a banknote, okay?
All right. Thank you.
And then basically you still need to have your other affidavits on the documents you're going to be sending in. And so you're going to be doing a Form 56F over the 98 series number, stating that you are basically the owner and the fiduciary over that account, and that it is an account that is exempt. Your cargo is exempt because you're the American owner.
Okay.
And if you're an American owner, all taxes are really owed to you. The charterer has to pay his taxes for the usage and the beneficial ownership and beneficial enjoyment of our cargo.
So should I put that in the affidavit as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Tell it like it is. When you understand it, it's going to be your words. This is my truth and understanding.
Yeah.
Now, you have to rebut that. And they can't. They try and do that under a repudiation of the contract, or what the hell is the other one?
Anticipatory.
Anticipatory repudiation. Okay?
revocation is the other word.
So, just to role play a little bit, if one of those Secret Service or Selective Service guys came to quiz us like they did Thomas, what would they be? What were the key words that we would pick up to know that they were doing an anticipatory repudiation?
You show them the statute at large. Show them the laws.
That's what I should probably travel around with my couple of notebooks that I've been studying just in case.
Yes, you need to study what that whole, and basically you're coming in as the Caesar, okay?
Mm-hmm.
See, they misspelled that word Caesar in the Bible.
Fascinating.
Yeah. It wasn't Julius Caesar, but he was out there doing a lot of Caesaring in the process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that and the Philadelphia Freedom Song is ringing in my ears, too. Well, thank you, Patrick.
The whole Declaration of Independence, the whole thing was to get rid of all the charters that were in the 13 colonies.
From the East
that was
India
the independence that they were trying to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to get out of all the charters with the King of England and with that damn East India Company. Mm-hmm. Watch the movie Beyond the Mask.
I've got it ordered.
Okay? The East India Company was the one who was trying to prevent that Declaration of Independence being signed. National Treasure brought out the importance of the Declaration of Independence. But nobody understood that it was primarily about the charters and that we're under charter, and that's how we get rid of these guys, is when we terminate the charters. That's when we get our independence.
This is really getting very exciting, and all I want to study, Patrick. I really appreciate your deep insights and perseverance with this for so many years.
Well, I can't give up now because we're so damn close, so we're there.
Yes.
And these guys knew that basically I was going to find this out. That's why they sort of left me alone in a lot of cases.
It's almost as if they want us to succeed.
Not really.
Certain people, yes, want us to succeed. Others basically would, not like us to succeed because basically it's going to blow them completely out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll have to go out and get a real job.
Well,
because they won't know how to operate the system because they have too much of an ego, and basically they're set into the system that they think the system is going to protect them. The system ain't going to protect them. The system's going to collapse one of these days.
Yes. Yep. Perishing for those who it will perish for.
Yep. Okay, anybody else?
So we shouldn't be doing a draw against the Social Security affidavit then? But I guess the birth certificate.
If you've got it in, do it. But basically you better have your documents updated as foreign affidavits.
Okay. Oh, certainly. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, why send something in if it's not going to be recognized?
Oh, right.
Come on. Think about this.
I wasn't going to send the same thing back in. I was going to, update it as you're telling us to do. Yes.
All the IRS forms, basically, that are out there on the site, they're for the charterers, not for the owners.
Okay.
Yeah. Nowhere does it say owner on those documents. They may say beneficial owner on them, but that's not you. That's the charterer. Right?
Right.
So all those IRS forms are for them. for the charters, subcharters, and sub-freighters. They're their banking forms with the Treasury Department or the Department of the Treasury.
Because their letterhead's at the top.
They were under the obligation, the liability out here to make these payments, and they're under the liability by statute that they are obligated to pay those items that they have not been doing. Read the definitions about liability. Obligation by statute. Even the court is operating under a liability out here. They all have liability insurance. These insurance companies are all supposed to be paying the damn bills. We're supposed to be the insured or assured in the process. But like all these assurance adjusters, they try and trick you into consenting out of the damn item. It's the insurance side of banking that is really destroying this country. And it's all false or fraudulent. Okay, any other questions?
Yes,
Okay, call tonight, Tom. Huh?
Oh, just one
Speak
more.
up.
Yes, just one more. If I go to the clerk of the court to get these foreign notaries signed, and they give us guff, what could I say to snap her back? Because our little court house over here.
Why would they give you guff? Okay?
Because they'd try to tell me to go to a normal notary.
Well, then go down to the county recorder's office. There's other government notaries.
All right, gotcha. Thank you.
Or, if need be, go up to the Secretary of State's office.
Okay.
They will do notaries also.
All right, thank you.
You don't need to get it apostilled. You just need to get it notarized.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah, there's other government officials that are basically elected by the people out here, and most all your clerks of the court are elected by the people.
Okay.
Hey, Patrick.
I think most of them all are on the damn voting ballot.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the county recorder's office.
Hey, Patrick.
Somebody got a question?
Okay.
Well, speak up. I can't hear you. I just hear a little mumble, and that's about it.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me better?
What?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Hang on. How about now? This fucking phone. Okay, I'm by a window. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I had my birth certificate apostilled. I had them put the country, and this was a while ago, I had them put the country as United States of America. Is that worth anything, or is it worthless?
Basically, it's it all depends on what they did to it. Okay, if they just attached another document to it, basically you can still utilize it, and basically you can do the endorsement on the back of it. Okay.
Okay.
Basically, that do not statement is basically only for the front side of that document, not to basically mark up the front side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you did any markup on the front side, then it's basically an invalid document.
The fronts of both of those have not been touched.
Okay, then basically in the back, you can still do the endorsement, send it off. That you don't need to have that apostilled, okay? Because all you need to do is have it notarized. You're still going to have a notary of your truths, your claims on the back.
Correct.
Under oath, okay? Then it cannot be rebutted.
Sounds good.
And state it as this is coming in as a foreign affidavit.
Thank you.
Because basically that port of entry is located in a different state. It's located over in Pennsylvania. So that's a foreign port of entry to you. It's not a port of entry in your de jure republic state. Your port of entry or port of Lien will be basically your local address that you have. And see, that's one of the other things on your document. You have to put down where that basically account is being held. Puerto Rico. The cargo. Where's the cargo at? Puerto Rico. Under the Secretary of Treasury in Puerto Rico.
Thank you.
Okay. You've got all weekend long, okay? I don't expect anybody to send anything out until Monday at the earliest, because it's going to take you at least that long to update these documents, and it's not going to be an overnight deal. You've got to think about this, how you get the wording right.
How would you feel about doing a document review on Sunday?
I'll try and have some of these templates up by that time.
I don't think you should do that. I think you should make us do it for once.
Well, work on it, and then basically you can compare what I've done to what you've done, okay? Then you can have the rebuttal and basically go over them on Sunday night. That's what I've been trying to get you people to do all along. Really, I have.
I've only been here about a month.
Huh? Just don't take my documents and go with them, because people have used other documents from other people and put them into court, and basically they end up in jail because they didn't know what the damn document said. That's what I tried to tell you people out here. You have to know and understand what the document said before you use it. Even in school, basically the one that plagiarized, cheated, basically ended up getting caught sooner or later and had to suffer the consequences.
Because they couldn't back up the claim.
But most of the cases, the people that did cheat had the answers and basically knew how to defend the answers. Basically, they got away scot-free. It all depends on which person you want to be. Okay, any other questions?
Nope.
Okay, call tonight, Tom.